And then I think one of your questions is like, what was the first deal that I ever did, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a little bit of lag. That's why I'm like, where are we? So the first deal I ever did was about 6 months into the sub 2 mentorship. So it is a mentorship, at least that's how it started. And so they teach you how to do a certain kind of real estate. 6 months into it, I had paid for the course and I didn't do anything with it yet. And so I got angry. And I'm not a person that likes to talk to people too much, especially when I feel like I'm saying, hi, your house is shitty. Can I have it for free? Essentially is how I feel sometimes when people make that cold call. And so I hate it. And so I thought, okay, I want to send emails instead. And then I thought, well, I'm kind of smart. So let me do like MailChimp or something. I tried to send it for like 4 hours. I couldn't figure it out. I got angry. And then at 3 o'clock in the morning, I sent out like a 500 email list out, like BCC. No, it was like 300, because as I'm falling asleep, like half of them got returned as like a bounce back or blocked. And I'm like, oh my God, I spent all this time trying to do something and none of it worked out. Next morning, I got 3 emails back. One email was like, how'd you get my number? Another email was like, fuck off. And then the third email was, hey, call Chris. And then I was like, well, let's see what Chris has to say about things. So I called Chris, and that was my first deal ever. He was some guy who was in Portugal. He had bought a property. He meant to flip it. He didn't get a chance to finish it. He took off to do some sort of luxury condos in Portugal and then couldn't come back in time. He was getting in trouble with the town of New Bedford because nothing was moving and the house looked junky. So we ended up locking it up for $225, and then I wholesaled it with Clinton Reynolds out of Rhode Island for $250. So we made $25,000 our first time. I think I probably spent like less than 4 hours, if that, on the phone. And everything was handled. Everything was smooth. I remember even the first time getting the check, Clinton was like, aren't you so excited? Like, oh my God, it's real. It's money. And I was like, I feel dead on the inside. I feel like I've been trying this for so long and I didn't believe this to be true. And so I was like, we'll just keep going. Let's see if we can keep making money. So yeah. And then that started that partnership with him. But that was my first deal ever. One of the easiest deals probably of all time. And it taught me that lesson of you need to take the income generating activities, because every other thing I try to do, like setting up emails or talking to agents or creating my brand or creating my email signature or creating the right thing to say, none of that mattered. At the end of the day, it was talking to Chris, figuring out where he needed to be at, telling him where I needed to be at, and then settling on a price and getting the job done.